Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today is one of my first proper league races in F125, being EOR. I think it stands for Evolution Online Racing. It's kind of like a PSGL E-Series type of event, so it's a team championship, and I will be racing in the Williams 4TF10. So yeah, this is going to be my first round debut, and let's see how we're going to get on this first lap, which we go out straight away because the rain is expected to be coming, well, any moment now. So we have to go out on a one-shot qualifying lap, and these are always the most intense laps and parts of the sessions that you can really go through, to be honest. I mean, it's all on the line with one lap. So yeah, you really don't want to mess it up. As we go through Sector 1 with a 0.10, which is very, very decent start to the lap. The hairpin, we don't get a really good drift, which, yeah, it's kind of sucks to say, but you kind of have to drift that hairpin in this game to keep the revs up, and meaning you have a bit more engine power in the exit, and you gain quite a, like 2-3 tenths if you do a good drift. But as you can see now, it's already raining, so I start to take the lap very, very cautiously. I don't want to crash because I know this is the best the track's going to be, and if I have to do another lap, I will have way worse conditions than everyone else. So I'm going to take my margins, have a little tap on the wall there, but nothing big at all. Never going to risk getting damage with taps like that. So Lucas goes P1 with a 5-0, which is a pretty decent lap, and we're going to go in P2 right behind them with a 5-5. Surely that's through. I don't see a reason not to be through, but as you can see, Jona Martins
He improved.
went out again, and he improved.
Oh, so it's him. So everyone has to go out, man.
But I'm not
Watch
going
us,
out,
but-
man.
The track is
getting
defo
worse.
slower, not by much. Not by much.
Keydon 0.6 Sector 1, that is very off.
Giga wall.
Alright, let's see.
So yeah,
Look at the camera as well, by the way, on track. Don't just look out of the pits.
the
because it doesn't
inters
show.
were never getting quicker than the soft. We expected the inters to be faster towards the end of Q1, but the
it's
softs
raining.
were clearly faster.
Jona
still.
went
It's soft, it's soft. I think it's
Yeah,
soft.
man.
Jona went Inters.
Telemetry says soft.
Okay, go softs.
No,
Go softs.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
no,
I
no,
don't
They are
know.
way faster, the game says.
Go softs. Go softs.
I go soft. Okay.
Okay, everyone's going soft, so I have to go soft.
Look,
Yeah.
look. Only one guy on Inters.
Man, I think it's Inters.
No, man, there's still way too much grip for enters.
No.
I'm not joking.
So as you can see, I'm very torn between what's the fastest tire. at the
Maybe our
moment.
setup is cracked.
It was really hard to tell, as we've
Go
never
up
really
or not?
done
I don't
inters
know.
before.
The guy on enters in front of me is dying. Every corner.
And yeah, Fab is letting me know that he sees somebody on the intermediates in front of him, and he is not fast. So maybe we're on the right tire, but it is raining, and it was such an odd feeling driving in these conditions, because it was clearly not dry, but it was not wet enough, and the softs was still getting warm enough to have grip. So it was multiple seconds off the pace, if I remember correctly, with a 19-0 Sector 1. That's a second off the pace already. So yeah, the grip is definitely not there, and it looks like it's the same situation as in Q1. One-shot quali, this is the best the track is going to be, because the telemetry and the weather forecast says it's just going to keep raining. There's no sign of stopping. So yeah, one-shot quali once again in Q2, which means we cannot mess up, as we do a really good lap so far, to be honest. P1 is a 12.4, so you see we've gone 4 seconds slower already. But we are on track to maybe beat it as we go purple in Sector 2. We get a really good cut in the chicane, don't even hit the wall there. Good double apex on this double right-hander in Raiskas. And last corner, Joe Murphy with a 0.9, which is actually a pretty good lap. And we're going to cross the line with a 0.80. I mean, that lap was really good. I didn't see much time left in it. Obviously,
Really?
a bit cautious.
I'm
But
1 second off.
yeah, we are
Go on.
trying the inters now in the middle of the session, because we knew that no one was going to improve, because obviously it's getting wetter and wetter. So we decided, excuse me, to go out
No,
on the
man, believe
inters.
me, this is still soft.
And Fabrizio says it's still soft
think
tires.
100%. It is soft.
Yeah. So start of Q3, I think we go softs. Surely.
as my engineer
Man,
agrees.
Because
And
the
I,
But
Inters
it's one
are...
of those sessions where never rains.
this is
enough
where I
to
realized
switch.
that they're right. The softs are better in these conditions. It was very, very weird. It's something we've never seen before. We spoke about it with the other
No.
Yeah,
drivers
this
as
is the
well
first
after the
second of-
race. And yeah,
Yeah,
everyone was confuzzled. As we're through to Q2 now, into Q3.
Close the...
Let's see. How's the weather going to be?
Have a look at the camera outside. Or check the tires first. Oh my god, come on, come on. Do we go to a new tire, I guess?
It's...
Oh, only 1 second!
man, I got on some fucking.
Yes, it is softs. It is softs.
Go softs.
I'm going, I'm going, I'm going, I'm going.
So we've decided to put the soft
Oh
tire
my
once
God,
again.
Oh my god,
But the
one
Inter
shot.
will be faster, no?
No, no,
No,
no.
but
Believe me,
It says
it's
10
not.
minutes.
But there's more grip than the Inter. I guarantee you.
Fabrizio is extremely convinced. Fabrizio's my teammate for this race, Fabrizio Nenoso. Always very good fun to have him in the voice
A
chat.
little bit, man. We're getting there. We're getting... Oh. We're getting there.
No way I did that.
Oh my god, oh my god. Fab, you are crazy.
Fabrizio
No way I did that, man.
Fab,
went
fab,
straight and
fab,
hit the
fab,
wall
fab.
and going damage. I can explain you guys
But I need to
exactly
enter
what
the
happened.
pits.
It's very
Yeah, yeah, you
simple.
have time, Fab.
He increased the brake bias to warm up the front tires a bit more. And in doing so,
I
he
still have
locked
way.
up the
I still have from
front
grip.
and went straight to the wall and broke his wing. So he had to pit once again. Well, he had to pit and change wing before doing his lap. But here we are on our probably one and only lap in Q3 with these very weird conditions. As you can see, we are even slower than in Q2. So it is raining more and more. That is for sure. Trying to stay tight here because if you go wide, you just bottom out. And you can see the car is so lazy in the turn in. We don't touch the wall, stay far from them. 19.8, so we're going 8 tenths slower than Q2 already in the first sector. And this hairpin, once again, we don't get the drift. Oh, it's miserable looking at that. We lost 2-3 tenths minimum. But you never know. With these conditions, it's super hard to judge the grip and just do a good lap, really. So honestly, if you keep it clean with no major mistake, you should be in a really good position, as what we're trying to do here. We're trying not to cut. You can cut way more than that, but it's just a bit too risky right now. But here we are into the last sector. I know at this point, my lap is not the greatest. I am the first on track, which is helping me a bit. But I do need to send it this last sector, and we do a crazy cut on the chicane there, getting away with it, hitting both apexes here, not losing the rear, and having a good final exit, which we actually lose the rear a little bit. As you can see, there's no grip anymore when you open the DRS.
Man, no way, the Inters are
15.14.
not quicker. No way.
At this point, I think the Inters are quicker.
Well, Angelo did?
But as people do their laps, they're all behind me, and no one improved. It never got to Inters. Yeah, so this is the grid for tonight's race. Myself and B1, Fabrizio. Sorry, I'm used to saying Barry as my teammate. That is, yeah, no, not anymore. But Fabrizio in P8 with a recovery last lap at the end. But
go.
yeah, onto the race now. We know it's going to be very complicated because it's a forced two-stop. You could do a one-stop, technically, with the tire wear, but they enforced a two-stop, just like in real life, to have a bit more chaos and a bit more strategy to play with. So hopefully it's going to be a much more interesting race than the real-life Formula 1 in Monaco, because that was just a complete team game, which I'm sure there will be some team game here as well, of course, but hopefully not to that extent, because obviously we don't have 78 laps or whatever, but only 39. So yeah, we're going to be starting on the hard compound of tire.
Terrorism.
And
Five
I can
people
afford
on
to do this
hards.
because I am leading, and I don't want to be caught
You-
up in traffic. So
you
my
bought
strategy is
Ferraris
very
and,
simple: is to just go as long as I can.
Someone down in P18.
There's only a few hard runners. Myself, the two Ferraris of Angelo D'Ortenzio, he's a crazy fast driver, the new driver they signed, and Jona Martens, their engineer, which is also really
Few
fast in the
people on
game.
soft, so they're gonna do giga under.
They're on the hards. Fabrizio's on the hards as well. And another fifth car behind at the back of the grid. But I will expect some people that may even pit lap 1. And when we go through now, end of lap 1 here, if you look at the bottom left on the mini-map, There is
Someone has
people
wing
pitting.
damage behind me.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4 cars that have pitted at the end of lap 1. So the strategies have started, that is for sure. Honestly, I don't really agree with that type of strategy, as it's a little bit counterintuitive. Like if you the first time you think about it, you say, "Oh, but Monaco, it's all about positioning and your
Screen freezes are crazy.
having track position compared to the others." But I feel like when you do that, especially in this scenario, for example, if I pitted lap
Both
1,
Ferraris are on hards.
I would be at the back of the train.
Yeah.
Like the back of the train is not that far ahead. As you can see, like I would be right behind them in a few laps, and then what? I'm just stuck behind them until they pit. And what was the point of pitting when then I can't use my new tires? So yeah. Also, another point is that they have 1 lap fresher. 1 lap fresher is not gonna gain them crazy amount of lap time. So I don't know. I think they just wanted to avoid chaos and get at least one of the pit stops out of the way. But yeah, I was very confident in this strategy. Kind of no matter where I started, to be honest. Even if I started P20, I think I was gonna do this strategy as well, purely with the fact of having people break their wings and have chaos and slowing each other down.
One of the kick in front of me pitted.
We're on lap 3 or lap 4,
I
end
think
of lap
we have
3.
to box you, so-
Another 2 people boxing. Like, people are boxing extremely early, and we've already gapped Andre. I mean,
What tires Fab on?
I practiced quite a bit for this
Hard.
race actually, because I kind of liked to drive
Why would you
Monaco
box?
for once.
No need.
It's been many, many years since I've done a race in Monaco, and it was just a breath of fresh air, and it was just very challenging, and I kind of liked the
Do I just
challenge.
pit a lap later than Angelo?
And I
Is
was
that what the
driving
strategy
really,
is?
really good, to be honest. Both in qualifying and in the race, I felt really
I think
locked
so.
in, as you say now. Rarely made any mistake, and I was really pushing the limits. And
Well, no,
I've
you're
got
not letting
2
pass?
seconds already on a medium tire, so
Oh, no.
yeah,
No,
pace
never
is
mind.
phenomenal at the moment. If we just keep this
No,
up,
no, no.
we just pit as late as we can with the moment we have a gap in the train, and just be in fresh air and just do my own race, as we're going to skip a few laps because obviously not much is happening. Just the medium tire runners are pitting behind me, and you can see Angelo and Jona on the top left are now in the top 5 with the hard tires, as I said earlier.
Last lap, Sergio did the same lap time as you, and Sergio boxed lap 4.
As you heard there, the engineer, they are doing the undercut and pitting super early, but they are not really gaining any lap times. So I'm just gaining free
Yeah, I don't know.
tire delta at this point, if anything. So yeah, on to lap 8 now.
The
Almost
McLaren
every medium
reserve is on
pitted
hards.
except
It's
Joe,
gonna be
which actually
interesting to see
does
what he
pit at the
does.
end of this lap. And that does
Joe boxed
unleash Angelo. And I practiced a little bit with Angelo
the second
throughout
last
the
medium
week.
runner to pit.
And he was really, really fast in the race as well. So he will be on my pace. He absolutely will
You need to keep an eye just where will I
catch
come out
slash
if-
like maintain gap to me. As you can see already, 4.8. So yeah, we know that this is now the gap that I'm going to have to Angelo for quite a long time until we do pit. But yeah, Fabrizio in P4 on those hard
Alpine got
tires.
damage.
One of the Alpines got damage actually, and Luca Ripassa is the
Yeah,
first.
Alpine in P6 got
Well,
damage now.
net P1. He's the first person that pitted
Luca is
and
now leading
he's
the
ahead
train.
of everyone. So if we do pit, we will be behind him because he does
He
have a bit
pitted already,
fresher
right?
tires, and he is a
Yes.
little bit quicker now.
But we are not gonna get a lap when he's not gonna come out in traffic. And I think he loses time behind the owner because he's
So they're discussing
like,
if they
he's
want to
now-
pit Fabrizio
at
right now
this point
because
four tenths behind.
he is losing time behind Jona, and quite a bit of time actually. But as you can see, it's a bit tricky. Like if he pits, where is he going to come out? Is he going to come out in traffic? Then yeah, it's a very, very complicated game.
Means I can't pit until Jona pits.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm discussing here saying
Until I clear Jona, I cannot pit.
if I have to pit after Jona, because if I pit before him and I catch him, he is just going to slow me down and help Angelo. So I am forced
Tommy?
to stay out at
Do
this
I
point.
pit for mediums or hards?
Hards.
Hards. Yeah, box now. You should be close with Sawakonji.
Yeah, on to lap 12 now. The tires are starting to get pretty dead, but as you see, the gap to Angelo stayed the
I
exact
think
same.
we should come out.
I
ahead.
told you guys he was very, very fast. So Yeah, we still are gapping Jona though and Fabrizio, but Luca has gained a
Jona
few
pitted.
seconds on me.
Yeah.
But you can see Jona pitted
So-
now.
We can
Which
box now,
means
but I think there is
we
no
can
need.
pit.
There's no need. Yeah.
Last lap you lost 7 tenths to Luca.
You're on mediums.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm ahead for sure.
now we can pit, but it still doesn't really matter because I'm going quicker than P4. Because P4 has wing damage right now. And
Benz is on 11 lap. All
even though he has fresher
parts
tires,
behind, so
we are gapping
He's
him. So
quite
if we can
done.
create a little bit bigger of a gap to Andre and make sure that we are ahead when we pit and come out of the pits,
Who's behind Joe?
then that is the perfect scenario, which means I
How
only have
far?
Luca
How far
Ripasa in
behind?
front of me on absolutely dead
Just behind them?
dead
or
hards
How many seconds?
compared to the new
Yeah,
tires
he's
that
behind.
I will have.
I think you should. If you box now, you should come out with Andre.
No,
in
I'm
P4.
behind. I'm behind, I think. There should be 21 seconds, the pit thing.
No,
right
it's
now.
19.
It's 19.
But
But
he's
I
not
think-
gaining time, so we have
Yeah.
to stay on track.
They're not gaining?
You lost a
not
second to. You lost a second to Luca, but you are faster than everyone else.
Yeah, so we are the fastest man on track aside from Luca, which is crazy to say.
Luca is on 8 lap.
Everyone
parts.
pitted already, except me and Angelo. So we're gonna go 1 or 2 more laps just so we clear Andre and make sure that we stay ahead. And then we will pit onto a new fresh,
I'm literally gaining. I need to keep
a
going.
new fresh of tires, probably mediums, which
Yeah,
will
yeah.
allow me to get past Luca on track.
Yeah, they're all stuck behind Andre.
Yeah, they're all
Is it
stuck
damage?
behind Andre because of the wing damage.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have.
Ah,
He crashed with the McLaren that was holding people up.
So that's exactly what I wanted to avoid, and thankfully, getting
I have an
P1 in
idea.
qualifying
Can I put
helped a
mediums
lot.
And pass Luca.
Yeah, Luca only has-
I could do that. I could do that.
Huh?
Do that.
But I don't, is that better though? Think about it after.
Yes, because then we have hearts for the last test.
Yeah, and
Same as Luca.
yeah.
Thinking about the strategy and driving Monaco at the same time is already hard, and I was also reading chat a little bit, or as much as I could.
Fab is the only one.
But yeah, I
one
was
with medium
discussing
left.
what tires I should pit on, and we obviously the hards is a better tire, but we said why not pit to the medium
Oh my
and
god.
use the first few laps
Yeah,
of
we're gonna
really
get
good
stuck by
pace to
Sergio
get
here.
past
I
Luca
need to keep
on
going
track.
one more lap because Andre is holding.
And I think that's exactly what we're going
Yes,
to do,
do
but
another,
not
do another.
quite
Yeah.
yet. We're going to do one
Yeah,
more
no
lap,
spot
and Joe Murphy actually finally got past
Joe might have
Andre.
damage. I think he crashed into Andre.
So let's see this lap, how the gap
He's
is to
catching me
Joe.
already.
Even though I do believe Joe's tires obviously are way better,
think we
so
could-
he's
but we
going
have
to be
box now.
catching me, I believe. But we shall see now. Yeah, he's absolutely catching me already.
For mediums, yeah?
He caught like 4
Yeah,
tenths in
medium.
sector
Yes.
1. He's going to catch way more in sector 2. We have to pit this lap, that is for sure. And Angelo stayed 5.3 seconds. I mean, crazy that we spent all that time. 1 and 2, and then the gap is staying the same. So it just shows how fast we
Joe's
were going
catching a
because we
lot.
were still
Yeah.
almost as quick as people that I have pitted already. So yeah, good pace by Angelo there. But Luca is now 14 seconds behind, which means we will be quite a few seconds apart when I do come out of the pits. And yeah, you have to be careful with
Come
the pit
on.
entry here because
Get us in
it's
front of Joe,
straight
please.
away as you turn right. You don't want to get caught off guard and speed into the pit lane. It's very, very easy to do that. Onto the medium tires we go now as Luca is about to cross the start-finish line now. Yeah. And we are
Easy.
well in the clear of Joe. As you can see on the minimap, he is coming behind us now. But we do have the advantage of cutting the pit exit and
One.
turn 1. As per the rules are, like F1
Only 3
Esports, you are
seconds
allowed to
behind.
cut the pit
I think-
exit line as long as you
I
are
think it's
safe
closer
and
to
not
18 and
dangerous
a
on
half
track.
the time that he lose.
Okay.
So, we have a 2-second advantage to Joe, which already is a 3 at the end of the first lap, and we are catching Luca
Oh
at
my
the rate
god.
of
Yeah, I need to change the wing.
a rocket. Fab unfortunately got caught up
You
in an
only have
accident
mediums
with
left,
Jona.
right? And
Jona crashed
Yep,
in sector 2, I believe,
that's a problem.
and
Yeah.
Fab couldn't avoid it, so he had wing damage, and now he has to pit once again, but onto the medium
Yeah,
because you
just
already
take the
put
mediums then.
2 hard tires.
and then
So he has to
Try
go
to make
to
it
the end
again anyway.
on the mediums.
yeah.
That's going to be a really, really long stint for him. I'm not going to lie. I mean, he was expecting to having to pit once more at this point in the race, but little does he know that we do realize at the end that maybe it's more worth it to risk the puncture and go all the way to the end. But as you can see, we've now caught up to the back of Luca, and look at the pace difference. I mean, we're talking 2+ seconds a lap here, because look how close to his gearbox we are, and even on the exit here, I think we're going to have a much, much better run. Honestly, he could have probably defended it a bit more, but I can guarantee you guys I was going to get past him. We've done a few tests, and if you're like more than a second a lap faster than the car ahead, you should be able to
Angela
pass
isn't
in
getting
some
past
corners.
and the easy.
There's just that much more grip
I
on
just
the
have to
newer
pit
tire
once
here.
again, so the moment everyone pits behind me, then I pit. Because they all have like older hards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Luca is on 15 lap old hearts and Joe is on 11.
At this point, I'm one of the guys on track with the freshest tires, apart from
was
Angelo.
Like 2.5 seconds.
But
over
Angelo's so far back,
Andre.
he's not a threat to me anymore. And yeah, at this point,
I'm
as I
jumping
said,
Nile, or no?
I just have to pit after everyone else does. I don't have to pit
Okay.
because obviously if I
after
do,
you,
I'm
I
going to
don't.
be stuck behind them. And since they have to pit,
You were for
I just
seconds
pit
faster
one lap
than
later than them. It's a very
Yeah.
simple strategy, as
Yeah.
Yeah.
as stupid as it sounds. But
But
yeah,
he
there's
had,
not much
Andre ahead of
else
him.
that they can
In
do,
sec-
because obviously they're
in
trying to
sector
catch.
one, you got him
But at
5
this
tenths
point, it's
already,
just
so
it's just a
you
race
have-
pace,
you're around 1.5
pace race.
seconds.
Yeah, sorry.
a lot faster, I think. Maybe a
Okay.
bit more.
We are gapping more than a second a lap to Luca, and Angelo actually
to
got
save
some wing
fuel.
damage, overtaking one of the cars.
I'm good.
Nothing he could do. He couldn't avoid. So yeah, it's unfortunate. As he does still catch me a little bit because of the little bit fresher tire that he has. But now Luca has pitted, and he's 26
pit
seconds
already.
behind. So I'm well in the clear, and all I had to do was wait for Angelo to pit, and there it is. Angelo has now pitted. I'm the last one on track that has to do the second stop, and that's going to be a free pit stop, and we skip a few laps into the race because obviously nothing happens as Luca actually gets a penalty. So right now it's a tight race between Luca and Joe for the
Right there.
P2 spot. Sergio Sobrino got a 10-second penalty, I
23.
believe, for speeding. I'm
Okay,
not too
okay,
sure if it's going to
Yeah.
get removed or for cutting the pit exit, but nonetheless,
You'll come out
a very good strategy by Luca, because
4.5.
Luca was not in the top 3, I believe,
Right.
and he got himself in this position with strategy. So
Yeah, we
very
got
good strategy by him as we
I'm on
pit at the end of lap
35%.
26, just to make sure that we are ahead. We have a big margin here. So yeah,
Yeah.
12 more laps to go.
Okay.
This felt like the longest race ever.
Yeah, Nico, just take it safe with fuel now.
Yeah. I'm in the green now.
Oh, oh yeah.
So I actually
I didn't even
underfueled the
notice.
car
Yeah, we did.
to make the car obviously a bit more light and a bit better on the
I mean,
tires.
if I'm not gonna get overtaken behind, there's no way. There's no
You have to do
reason
two
to
stop.
pit.
Did you do
Yeah, I
two
want. That's what I mean. Just
Oh,
let's risk to get the puncture.
So this is what they realize. It might be
Because
better
you
to
also
go to
are
the
P12.
end and risk puncture and keep Fabrizio's
So
position
just save,
instead of pitting
save
again.
like crazy.
But he pitted lap
the
17
moment
onto
you'll
the
be hitting,
medium, so he has to do 23 or
80%
22
lap.
laps on the
Lap
medium, which is
36.
crazy.
So you have to save.
We didn't even do that on the hards, so
Yeah, I can do that. That's fine.
yeah, he seems confident he can do it. We shall see, but we are just
Yeah.
slowly increasing the gap, and he
Now I'm just
Fabrizio
defending
is
for life.
defending
Yeah.
for his life. I mean, he had wing damage, he had extremely
God.
dead mediums, and there wasn't much he could do, to be honest. But we do catch up onto some back markers here.
Where is
Hopefully the
Papa?
blue flags will
I
show
don't know.
up
Where are
soon.
you on track?
9. Hairpin.
Oh yeah.
Fighting for my life for
But yeah, as I
pit.
was saying, I underfueled the car to make the car better to drive and lighter. But that meant I had to back off a bit on my pace and save a bit of fuel, which I did in the end. Wasn't too big of a problem. But yeah, just something that you guys can do as a little tip to don't be scared to underfuel the car in a race. It's relatively simple to save fuel.
You're gonna
Just
hit
short
80
shift a
end
bit
of this
earlier,
lap, then
stay in a
it's
bit of a
yeah,
higher
yeah.
gear, and just lift a little bit before the braking zones, and you should be more than fine. As we skip onto the last lap now, still pushing, as
Man.
you can see, not giving
Negative
anything
group.
on the table. And we're going to finish more than 10 seconds in front of P2, 13 seconds ahead of
No
P3.
way!
and 30 seconds LP4.
Man,
Fab
Zero.
says-
Punctual.
No, but he sorted.
So Fab got overtaken on the last lap. Unfortunate for him. His tires were completely dead though, so
Oh,
And I'm
my
on
neck.
ET4.
yeah, makes sense. At this point, my body
I
is
would've
so
ch- I
destroyed.
wouldn't have
Like, this
changed it.
race is really tough, to be honest,
put it on
especially at a
us,
level
I
like
was
this, which,
My
okay, it
neck.
didn't seem like a hard race for me, but I was really doing my best to keep
Was,
the pace at all
with
times.
the car ahead.
My neck and my back were
Most
absolutely destroyed.
overtake I've ever seen.
Never
Both
know.
for the inside after the hairpin. Oh
Okay,
my
I want
god.
to thank you
Fab, it
guys
was
for
such a
watching
fun
today's
race for me.
video. I will be starting
you even
upload
see
once
anyone?
again. I've been on a little bit of a
I
holiday
had
and
to-
away,
I had to
but I
pass
should be
Luca on
back
track.
now. And soon you
On
guys will
my
see
3 second
PSGL
lap
Brazil
fast,
round 1.
mediums.
At this point,
GG's.
that's it for me
Time to
today.
Alex.
Thank you guys
Alex
for
give you
watching.
some
I'll
fat
see you guys
bonus.
in the next
where's my bonus?
race. Goodbye.
Nice.
We're the highest scoring team. Yay.
Are we actually?
Well, yes.
No way. No way.
Of course.
Oh, there he is.